What's up? Want to make a deck profile? Because I went to locals for the very first time in a long, long time. And it was using one of my favorite decks that playing on Master. I've been playing a lot of it on Master Duel lately. And that is Magnets. I love this deck so, so much. I've been playing this deck for about 5 months. I know I would say the ins and outs of it, but I haven't really played it much in a best of three format. I played it a little bit on Omega for about a week, following up to the local. Um, didn't think I'd do well because I honestly hadn't been doing too well on Omega, but I was very, very happy that I went 2-2, which was two more games than I thought I'd win. I thought I'd go OX. Um, but I ended up at table four and I won my table four game. So I probably finished about fifth or sixth, I think. I missed out on top four, which was the cutoff, but that's okay. I was happy to at least win a game, let alone two sets. So first off, we're gonna start off with the three main cards of the deck. Beta. This card is so good. I felt kind of weird playing it because I know how instrumental like getting your cards is. But even like if I were to play against the deck, I don't even know if I'd want to ash this. I would probably want to let this resolve, um, and then negate the fusion if I, like the conductor, which I'll talk about later. Um, to stop the card to end the combo, but this card was so good for me. I don't think it ever got stopped once. I think most people stopped the spells, or um, I think most times I got ghost spelled to stop this from coming back from the grave, which did usually end my turn actually. But yeah, this card was unbelievable. I never got to activate its second effect, the one that taps itself out to get another guy, but it's super good, and I will definitely always play through of it. We got one copy of the plus. I saw a few people playing two, and I wondered why people were playing two. And it's because you can open this card in your hand, and if you do, it's a dead card. I hated opening this card. I think I opened it twice, and I only played one of it, which was really annoying. But you can't just not open your garnets, you know what I mean? So I would, really good card. If I was surprised nobody called by this because most times I would end on Tolusion as well. But yeah, I guess nobody just opened call by, or I'd go first and nobody would stop me, so I was pretty happy with that. The only thing was that ghost spell, and that was about it. Next up, Epsilon. This card is super good. I'm glad I can play it at one of. I kind of felt like in my opening hand it bricked me a lot. I opened this and the next guy, the other plus, Omega plus, sorry. And I must have opened these two cards together maybe 3 times as one-ups, and I was super annoyed to opening these cards because they don't do anything alone. I remember one time it was just these two, and then 3 hand traps, and I thought, this is so dumb. I am just setting 3 and passing, and I got so pretty bad. But yeah, like you obviously need these cards. Well, you need this card to do your end board combo. Ending with the 2 or 3 negates, and then the kind of the Earth Floodgate. I guess I don't really know what you call that. Blanket effect. But I don't know if I'd need this guy. If I were to play this deck in the future, I don't know if I'd run him. He's really only there for Epsilon to have a name to pitch to grave when you pitch the Sigma minuses, which I play 3 of anyways. Because what you do is you pitch Omega to then summon either the Sigma or the plus or minus. Sorry. But otherwise, I really didn't like using this card. I didn't like opening it. I never activated its graveyard effect. I never activated its tributing effect. This card was just a name. I feel like I could have played the Gamma, the blue guy or whatever with the bow staff. Over this card, I could have tried maybe looking in the other. I don't know if there's any other Magnet Warriors maybe, but this one felt like such a brick. I really didn't like playing this card, but felt like I had to because I really didn't trust playing the other Magnet Warrior that's like over 10 years old. So that's that. This guy was super good for me. Felt like if he resolved, I just won. Yeah, if the beta got stopped, which it didn't. Well, I mean, I got ghost belled or whatever. Then my turn was kind of done. But I didn't see anybody stop this, which was really nice. Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't play 3 of this card. Opening it in your hand or searching it off the off the beta. Like both are fine. This card was super super good to me. I might play a second Sigma Plus because I felt like my Tellusion later on might have been offline a lot of times, which I play one of. But this card felt like it was just cheating for a lot of players because a lot of people maybe just haven't read the magnet cards before, but they did not understand that his summon was just like it wasn't even an effect. It's just a summoning condition, so you just do it. Which is why a lot of people I felt like might have had a way for me to not get Tellusion a lot of times, and they just didn't know that if I don't have Sigma Plus or Minus in my grave, then I can't do anything. A lot of people just didn't know that. A lot of people just, they just saw me summon things, and that was kind of that, which is nice. Magnets can just kind of do their thing, and a lot of people just didn't know what was going on. Yeah, it was good. I never actually had to activate the second effect, or no. I think I played against Blue Eyes, and I activated the second effect, the tag out effect for the plus and minus once, and I don't know if I would have won that game or not. I did misplay. I forgot to activate access code talkers on summon effect, or not. On summon effect. After tributing Tellusion, and I just felt like an idiot because I did the popping effect of access code. I just didn't activate the access code on summon effect after tributing Tellusion, and then I was like, well, I should summon the Tellusion bag eventually, and then I did, and it was already too late. The only times this card got used was when I played against a Cool Tune player, I think, and I took one of their guys, and that was the only thing this thing really did for me. Otherwise, people really just scooped when they saw my board later, which I'll kind of get to later. Next up, this is the deck right here. These three guys, or one guy, I guess. This card is so busted. I felt so wrong looking through my deck in my starting hand. I just felt like I was cheating. I felt like I was mulliganing every time I had this card. I prayed that my opponents knew what I was doing, and thankfully they did. They were very understanding. To know, to even the people who hadn't seen this card before, they saw me open my deck, and I don't know if they were just thinking like, what is this guy doing or not. But they just let me do it, and they didn't complain. Some people didn't really know what he did, but I was pretty happy to show him. This card, if this card goes off, if this card is in my hand, it felt like I just couldn't lose. It really felt like I couldn't lose. You can stop the Sigma Plus, you can't stop this, and this card is just so nice. It's the engine. I'll show you later, but I play one of this guy. I would have played more of this guy, but I'm not paying $10 for a old copy of this card that's probably gonna get reprinted to the Sun. I have one Speed Duel copy, but I really, really don't like the Speed Duel cards because they say Speed Duel on it. I wanted the originals, but I couldn't find them on 401 or what's the other one I used? Oh, I can't remember. But I can only find the one in Speed Duel, and I hate having the Speed Duel on this card. But the payoff of being able to access, I'll show you right now because I mean why not? But the 3 bonding cards, which are all basically separate cards. You pitch this guy, get bonding, and because he's say magnet bonding in them, you can pitch them, and using all 3 of their effects are all really really good. The second effect isn't really that good. I don't know why you'd ever want Tellusion in your hand. You can't summon him from your hand, I don't think. But the fusion I used and the summoning, sorry, not summoning. The searching I used a ton. This card was, well, as long as this card resolved, I tried so hard to get this card resolved. I would try and bait the Ash using the duo to get bonding, or use the bonding effect to try and get Magnum, or I'd bait it out and have Magnum, and then they'd Ash the Magnum, and then they'd Ash the bonding, and then I'd do Magnum anyways. I didn't really see it as much as I did on Omega, but I still feel like you wouldn't not play basically 9 copies of Magnum. I don't know why you wouldn't. It's the whole engine of the deck. I was thinking of, I've seen people play they're called kitchen sink decks, where you just play kind of everything. Where people play Magnet. It's Magnet branded, and I've seen Yummy in it, and I've seen you play 6 archetypes in it. And I was really thinking what do you cut in that? Because half these Magnet cards are bricks or garnets, drawing them. And the only cards that really aren't bricks are these cards and maybe beta and, well, I guess Sigma minus as well, but you need a card to work off of that. So I don't really know what you cut to make those kind of like pile decks unless you're playing like a 60 card just straight gas deck. You're cutting the hand traps. But yeah, this deck was this core was so much fun to play. I was thinking of splashing it in like Rise Zeal or something, but I know you get locked into like level 4s. But thankfully, most of them are level 4s. But then I looked at the extra deck, and the extra deck is also pretty tight. So I kind of decided, I'm just gonna play a pure rock, earth, magnet deck. So that's that. I played one of each, Analyzer and Researcher. Now these cards were so good for me. You go into I've been doing the combo. You'll go into Granite. I'm having a brain fart. Granite guy. The rank 4, and you'll get this guy every single time, Researcher. And I had a few people who just saw, what's his name? The Tree of Beast. After summoning off of the beta and Researcher, and they just scooped. They couldn't do anything. I had one guy who was playing what is it? He was playing MST, Radiant Typhoon or whatever, and I was like, bro, like I feel so bad for you. He was playing Sky Striker, Radiant Typhoon, and I searched Gallant Granite for Researcher, and I made Nat Beast, and he just scooped. He's like, bro, I can't play it. Like he had like 6 spells in his hand, or he might have like 5 spells in a trap, but he couldn't do anything. I felt super bad for him. The Analyzer's kind of funny. I wasn't sure if I should play this or not, or if I should just side it for going second, but I liked having it anyways. I didn't mind having it in my hand. Yeah, I didn't mind. I honestly didn't even see it, so it didn't bother me, but I made this guy because I kind of ran out of extra deck space. I was like, what other extra deck card can I make? And I thought like, well, I need a generic 8, so I was thinking like Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. But I never got to do that, which is fine. That's, just another negate for an already negate heavy board. Next up we got the 3 Quakimeru Guardians. Now, I really wanted 3 copies of the same art, and I couldn't get it. All of them are different. Or not all of them are different, but 2 of them are different. 2 of them are the first heads, and the other ones are the reprints from a different set. And I actually didn't brick on this guy. Actually, no, that's not true. I did brick on this guy once. I remember one. I was playing against what's that garbage? I'm just gonna say K9. I can't remember what else was in it. But I played this guy and I opened like 2 Quakimeru, a Charmy, and then a Nib and like an Imperm or something like that. And I was like, bro, this card sucks. And I had to set like, this card sucks to draw. I was thinking of moving it down to 2, but I really like hitting it off of the Animancipators. So I don't really know. Do I keep them? Do I cut them? I already got quite a few rocks, or maybe there's other Quakimeru cards. I know there's that Quakimeru drill that searches this guy when you summon him, or sorry, on summon. But it just felt like too much. Like, do I really need another card that searches for this guy and then burns a normal? You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't sure if I should play 2 of this or 3 of this. I wanted to hit it off the Researcher and the Analyzer. I wasn't, This card actually did come in clutch a few times. Like, I actually did search it off, or I actually did get it off of the Researcher once or twice, I think. And the fact that it tributes itself is actually so clutch. I had one guy I played against. He was a Blue Eyes player, and he Feng Veilered me, and I was like, that's not going to work against Guardian because it doesn't follow. So I was actually pretty happy this thing does tribute itself. I felt pretty happy about that. But again, this card is it felt like a brick in my hand, but then when I actually had it on the field, it felt really, really nice. Besides when it, I had 2 of it in my hand and I just couldn't do anything. So 3 of that guy. I play 1 of the Induction because you need this is what you get off of the fusion that you make. The level 8 guy, I can't remember his name. The one with the guns on his shoulder. I can't remember names right now, but you get 1 of him because you'll go Sigma Plus, go Beta, then when you make the fusion later with using Magnum and Omega, Sigma minus, you'll do the poly, and then you'll get this, and then you go into Epsilon, and then Epsilon you pitch the Omega, the guy with the saw, you know what I'm talking about, the one that blows a card up to come back. Anyways, you do all that stuff. Set up your board. You really do need one of this. I never opened it, thankfully, but this is another Garnet. It felt like I played a lot of one-ofs that just couldn't do anything on their own, but this card is super, super necessary. I was thinking of running it at 2 just in case maybe I get ashed on the fusion, in case people knew what the Magnus did, but thankfully nobody did. So I got to get this card quite a lot. And the destruction effect, or the destruction added effect of not being able to be destroyed or anything, didn't really come up. I mean, there's not many cards that say like negate and destroy nowadays that are played in main decks going, like, if I'm turn player, there's not really many hand traps that say like negate and destroy. I wish this card said your opponent can't negate your stuff. That would just be even better. That would, but whatever. It's still a good card, even if it just says no destruction. For the hand traps, I just played the 3 Ash. Pretty self-explanatory. This card does everything right now. For the decks, summoning from the deck is so stupid right now, and Cool Tune is adding cards to hand and synchro summoning. Like, you need Ash. I'll just play 2 Droll. It's limited. It's semied, and if I could play it at 3, I definitely would. Enough said about that. They're great cards. I played 2 Bell. I really didn't care for Bell that much. I think I have a 3rd on the extra deck. But I really didn't care about this card that much. I don't even think I put it in my deck once. I'm sure it would have been good against. I played that Blue Eyes Primate player. I probably could have played it against, or that's like it. I really didn't have much opportunity to play this card. This card was kind of a dud for me. It was good against me, but not good. Not good for me. Put 3 Super Poly with the fusion. There's no reason not to. You're playing Super Poly targets with Garura and Mudragon and all that. Yeah, this deck really needs to get going. You need board breakers. I was thinking about playing Dark Ruler, but honestly just forgot. Whatever. Still a good card. Got the 1 Called By, 1 Triple Attack, that's it. Then I got 3 Imperm, 1 Solemn, 1 Gozen. Obviously, I want to get the Gozen match off. I never actually did, I don't think. The Sky Striker player was actually telling me that this is actually good for him. He told me, I don't remember why he said this was good for him. He said something about the extra monster zone or something like that, and how it benefited him to not be able to summon something. I think it was that and if you do effect and then summon a token, and it might have locked him or something. I can't remember. Yeah, all these cards are really, really good. Solemn Judgment. I was kind of weirded out to main it, but it's such a good card, just blind firsting. I was like, well, why not? If I get a second, like, whatever. It's only 1 card, you know what I mean? Like, it's only 1 Garnet in the hand. And 3 Imperm, like, because, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then for the side deck, I really had to take from the side deck because I actually left my house, and I was looking for Charmies, and I actually did get 2 Charmies while I was there, but there was Lent. And actually I wasn't playing I was playing 1 less Ash and 1 less something else. I can't remember. In place of the Charmies, but I had a Perulia and a Fua, I think. That's what I had. And yeah, that was pretty much. And then yeah. Anyways. So for my side, I had 2 Pank. This card was not used at all. Not 1 bit. I really liked it because, again, nobody's playing like something like Negates in the Grave besides the Bell stuff, or like obviously Called By, but I didn't get Called By once. People who are playing like Cool Tune who excavate like top of your deck. I actually had this happen once, but the guy who was playing Cool Tune, he excavated the top cards of my deck, and one of them was Super Poly, and the other one was Sigma minus, I believe, and he's like, well, I'm putting Super Poly back, and then he ended on 1 Cool Tune. And I actually had Pank sided for him in case like he knew that I had Super Poly by some random chance, and it actually had this card next to my hand. It would have worked out. It was kind of pretty good, but yeah, it's just a straight 1 for 1. I kind of needed something that I needed more board breakers, so yeah, so I played that. I had 2 copies of Nib. I did think about playing this in the main, but I really don't want to search this off of the Gallant Granite. I actually don't even know if you can, because it's just Earth Monster, right? Or no, it's Rock. Yeah, you can search this off Gallant Granite if you want, but I don't really know why you would. So you could play one of this in the main deck, but I didn't really feel like it was necessary. I did actually. Even though I have 2, I think I opened or I had Nib in my hand like a good chunk of the time. It felt like every other game I had Nib, which was really annoying for my opponents, but really good for me. I got 2 Lightning Storm. I really don't like back row, so I also played a copy of Harpy's Feather Duster. Oh, I lied. I played 3 Nib. Anyways, I struggle with back row. This deck cannot handle through back row at all. There's no like spell or trap negate until I hit Beast, which really sucks. And there's so many like continuous spells or field spells or traps in back row that I just can't deal with. Things like Dominance Impulse honestly just break this deck to death. So I needed back row removal. Even though you can activate Dominance Impulse in your hand, but yeah, I needed back row removal. And then for my extra, this extra deck was really tight. I was struggling. I was again with the Ryzeal. I was actually thinking of running the Ryzeal stuff, kinda, but not really. So we got the 3 poly targets. We got the Sea Monster. We got the Garura, and we got the Mud Dragon. And that's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously with Cool Tune, with the Earth stuff, the Earth, what do you call it? Transmigrationing, I guess. You just place poly targets in this deck. So, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. This was in case I drew the Analyzer, which I didn't, but I was on 14 cards, and I was like, well, what's a generic 8? I need a generic 8. And this is probably the best generic 8 you can really make, besides maybe... People really... that's probably this. So, whatever. 1 Underworld Goddess. This the end board usually goes into, like, 4 or 5. Well, it usually ends on, like, 5 monsters, and sometimes you're going second, and you can't break a board, and you think, what else can I do to beat, like, a Towers? Goddess. I probably didn't need Goddess, but I feel like it anyways. Secretarian Dragon. There's a few people playing like Spellcaster Dragon decks. Like again, that Blue Eyes player, he was, I think he summoned Sage, something like that. I really or Maiden or whatever. This could have seen this probably play in that game, but otherwise not really. And then I think I was playing against TG and I summoned this once as well, but I didn't summon that today. I summoned that a long time ago, but yeah, I didn't see this card. It's fine. It's not that great. The access code. This card was so sick, and I just misused it. I totally forgot the first effect of the card. I think it's the first effect of the card. Second effect. And I just didn't read. I didn't read. And I don't think it would have won me the game. I don't think it would have lost me the game because I think the guy just blew up my card anyways, but whatever. I didn't really know what else to put in my extra deck for like Link cards. I had a bunch of generic Link stuff like you'll see, but I had Little Knight, and IP. I think these cards are actually pretty clutch. You actually do like if you end on an IP, it is so scary to go into the Dagura because people don't really know how to deal with it. You get a 3700 body that can just blow up anything, can't be destroyed by card effects. I felt like a lot of people were just banishing. So maybe the IP effect wasn't really that important, but it was good dodge stuff. If you use the IP with the Sigma Plus, then you get to use the Sigma Plus effect after using IP, and you get another material, and it's really good that way. I didn't get to do that because usually Sigma's just engrave, or it's uses material from the Gallant Granite that I play one of. Or it's just used as the start of the combo, so it didn't really matter. I didn't really get to use that effect, but it's a neat little interaction if it does happen. It does happen quite a bit on Master Duel, but it didn't happen to me in person. So I got those guys. Obviously, Gallant Granite. I don't need to explain this card. This card is is probably like the 4th most important card in this deck. Getting Researcher is so important for this deck. Nad Beast would not be made any turn if I didn't have this guy. Any turn. This guy is the precursor to my inboard. That is so necessary. So yeah, he was not much more to say about that. I played one Exton Knight. This card, I played it once. I really didn't know what else to do for like rank 4s. Generic rank 4s are it's something that you'd think I'd come by a lot, but I really just I was like, well, I'm just gonna if I'm gonna go big, I'm gonna go home. You know what I mean? Like I just wanted to nuke the board, and I did. I think I did twice. I think I lost both games because it nukes your own board too, and I didn't have anything that floats or anything. But I liked it. I thought it was so funny to just nuke boards. That Sky Striker player that I played against, I think I nuked like 8 cards of his, or something like that. I was laughing to myself. I was like, bro, there's no way I'm taking out like 5 back row, like 3 monsters. Like, what is going on? Or I think he might have had 8. I think he might have had 3 in his hand. He might have had 5 or 6 on the board. I can't remember. But this card definitely did work. This card put in work, and I still lost. So, whatever. Nappies. I don't know to explain that. And then these 2 guys, I really want to play. I see everyone playing 2 of this, and I don't get it. I really don't get why you play 2 of this. Because summoning 1 is kind of hard enough. If you don't get your combo off in the beginning, you're not summoning one of these anyways. The grind game against this deck is like you out the Nat Beast or you're dead. Or you out the Telusion or you're dead. And if you are summoning this guy, you're probably summoning it off of the bonding, and you just put this guy back anyways. Most of the time, if your board gets kind of weird. So I had one in my where is it? In my deck box. I did, but I hit 15 cards with the extra deck stuff, and I really didn't feel like I needed to. It was pretty rare that I ever felt like. Actually, I just didn't. I didn't feel like I needed to summon 2 of this guy. I really didn't. Most people do. Maybe it's just insurance. What are you getting for spell if you're already using bonding to get this guy? You don't have enough magnets really to summon a Magnum. You're just not really. So I really don't think you need to summon 2 of this guy. I would rather summon this guy or summon something else. I guess the end game grind game would be nice, but like what are you grinding for? To make the whole field Earth again? Like that's just stupid. That doesn't really advance my game state. And the extra summoning that you can do with this, you're only running 1 Telusion anyways. I don't need 2. I'm already dumping Telusion either off of the or off the minus or this guy for the extra normal, which I never did. Actually, I don't think I did once. You know, so you really only need 1. I don't understand why people play 2. Maybe it gets called by. But if this gets called by, you're losing anyways. You know what I mean? Like if you destroy it and you can't send it back, you know. And this guy was cool. He was really, really good. I had a few sticky situations where I had to try and summon the Magnum. But it says, you know, on the card it says it must be summoned first by doing blah blah blah. And the one in Grave, for one of the turns, I didn't special summon it. I didn't summon it properly, so I couldn't summon it. And then even if I could, I don't think it would have changed the outcome of anything because I think it was against that blue. I think it was against the Blue Eyes player or something like that. And Blue Eyes is just so big. Like, what are you gonna? I don't know. This card's like a necessary piece. Like these 2 fusions, I see them. Well, this one I see every single game. This one I saw maybe like 1 in 30% of my games, and it was fine. It didn't win me any games. It was just fine. It just showed up. It didn't put in enough work. Not as much as a Nat Beast, not as much as a Telusion. Which is fine. On Master Duel, it's clutch. A lot more because in Best of 1, people can't really side against this deck or this type of deck. But when people can side against it, it really, yeah. It felt like I really couldn't get this guy to be useful. Because once you see like the first beta played, you're like, okay, I know like half his extra deck. You know what I mean? So anyways, That's my deck profile. Would I do anything differently to this deck? No. Yeah. I still want to think about getting two. I still want to think about doing 2 Guardians or 3 Guardians. This deck could do maybe some work. I might swap the Secretarion Dragon for something else. I have the Access Code as well. I really don't need, like, these 2 cards. Honestly, kind of duds. Maybe just the way I use them. I definitely use the Access Code improperly. And this, you know, like, this is really just a super poly target. Underworld Goddess is good. I just didn't make it. I didn't have any situation to make it. And chances are people are just ending on boards with like really big negates anyways. Maybe if I was playing against Cool Tune, I would make Underworld Goddess, but nah. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I think that's fine. But yeah, no, I really only changed those 2. I might get more Duotarions to search the bondings and stuff, but otherwise, that's about it. Hope you liked this rambling. I hope you really try this deck because it's actually super fun. Like, I'm really addicted to this deck. It made me so addicted to playing Yu-Gi-Oh again that I went and I bought the core that I needed, or for the rest of the deck. I ended up buying like Super Quants while I was like in the shopping cart, and I also bought like some Blue Eyes and Buster Bladers, and I think about like a 6 Sam's core as well. I just this deck gives me such an itch to play, and it's so much fun. It's not very flexible. Like, it plays through hand traps fine if people don't know what to hit. Like, a lot of people ash the spell, a lot of people ash the Duotarion, which is fine, but if you wait down the line and try and ash, like, I don't know, the Epsilon, then it's a lot more meaningful. It's a lot better. There's a lot of better ash targets, and when people figure out, you know, locally what to hit, I feel like this deck is gonna brick like a house. You know what I mean? Like Huff and I'll Puff type beat. But yeah, this deck's really fun. I will probably be bringing it to next locals, and I hope to go 2-2 as well. Or I have to at least make top. I'll try and make top 4. If I don't, I just like playing the deck. This deck is fun, win or lose. Yeah. Hope you like my video. I hope you play this too. Thanks.